All right, time now for one big leaguer who, well, you know, we had Nestor Cortez there featured in that piece. He, of course, was mic'd up during the All-Star game, and that was excellent. Him and Trevino going back and forth during the game. So we thought we would ask you, current or former player, past player.
Fan of the shot. I'm not looking hippie right here, Jazz.
one big leaguer who you would like to hear mic'd up during a game. D-Row?
Me first?
Yeah, you first.
Well, he was mic'd up during Field of Dreams, and I always think it should be a first baseman because they get the most traffic. And they can have the best conversations. I'm going to say Joey Votto. I love listening to him talk hitting. I think he's a little quirky. He's a little different, so throw the sound here.
And here I am at the Field of Dreams. You know, longing for a catch with my father, but still basking in this with a smile, knowing that, you know, if he was here, he would have loved it, and we would have shared it together. So it's very much a full circle moment for me. And it's, I think, one of the most special days of my Major League career. Whenever Wilson's here, he is so grumpy. He is so grumpy. Pete Alonso, we had in New York, who, you know, I is as positive as it gets. You know, I mishit a ball and I got an RBI, and he said, "Hey, RBI," and I'm fuming. I'm fuming over hitting a ball, and he's like, "You got to look at the bright side." Thanks for the time, guys. I got to go hit maybe a homer.
How great is that?
I like him. I think he's a very thoughtful, gives very reflective answers. So, yeah, I agree with him. What about you, Jazz?
I would say Nick Castellanos.
Nick Castellanos,
Really?
Yeah, bro. You know Nick, bro. Nick is like a spirit animal out there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he does not care. Look at him. Look at Nick, bro. We're in Colorado. It's cloudy. He's wearing glasses. I mean, I do the same thing. Don't get me wrong, but like, look at Nick, bro. He's a spirit animal, bro. I
Nice
would
to
love
see
to
him
hear
get
him.
rolling. He had a tough year.
Yeah, he had a tough year, but he's certainly had some big moments in the postseason. All right.
That's a good one.
All right, so one big leaguer who is underrated. Once again, this would be current or former player. D-Row, you first again.
I'm gonna say Will Smith of the Dodgers. I think we fall. Because I think we fall in love with Mookie and Trey and Freddie, and then right there batting fourth, catching every day. That's tough to do.
Yeah.
Show up,
I
command
mean,
a
I don't
pitch.
think he's underrated. at all.
Exactly.
Like, he's,
So on his peers, he's not.
no, not in the league at least.
I'm interested to see who.
Like, I feel like he's probably like #2 catcher in the NL.
Yeah.
on Real Muto.
Real Muto. I mean,
Yeah.
You running on Real Muto?
yes, I'm running on anybody. I'm running on anybody.
What about you? What player is underrated?
Starling Marte.
See, I don't think he's
You don't
underrated.
see, that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, he
but
can't
then
be underrated. He's yoked.
I mean, yeah.
Dude, he
stands
is
out.
built like a superhero.
But he's built out, but like when you think of Starling Marte, when you think of the Mets, it's Alonso, Lindor, DeGrom, Scherzer. The names just overpower. Bassett, even Diaz.
And I think we saw the
But I don't think we
impact.
were surprised when Marte got the big money.
Nah.
Right.
I thought he was coming to us.
But to your point,
I'm not gonna
Jazz, we
lie.
did see the impact his absence had on the Mets down the stretch.
That's what I'm saying. Very underrated player.
Okay. One big leaguer who you'd be stranded on a deserted island with.
So real quick, you know how I love my fishing trips.
Yes, I do.
Come to
In-
find
in
out,
Jazz's
the last
home.
place I've been is Crooked Island, Bahamas. And he told me he like owns half of that marina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Sick,
So
right?
you gotta come fishing with him.
Yeah. You should have told me. You would have been
So
there
is,
for free.
is Jazz your choice for?
There's no one on that island.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he's the perfect choice
Like I
then.
told you, my great grandma just passed, and she was like one of the last people living there. You know what I mean? That's why. So
Man.
yeah, it was fun.
All right,
about
so
you?
if I'm bringing somebody to Crooked Islands, I want someone a little crazy, because stuff might get a little weird. I'm bringing Josh Naylor. I think he could
crazy.
start a fire. I think he'd
could.
be capable of
Look at
like
this, look at this.
handling the sitch.
Oh my goodness.
Look at him.
He
He
is
blacks out. I want him. We have wild animals come after us. I think he's gonna scare them away.
I like him.
So I'm bringing him.
I love
I
his
think
energy.
he would like bite a lion.
He could. Absolutely, he could.
He would bite a lion.
What about you? Who's the player you'd be
I mean,
stranded
I-
on a deserted island with?
I'll take CC.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah?
CC, bro. That's my guy.
Look
Look at CC, bro. I'm gonna need a laugh. I'm definitely.
How long
going
have you
CC.
How long have you had a relationship with CC?
About 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known CC from I was a minor leaguer when I first got into it.
What's some of the things he's told you?
I mean, he was one of the main guys to always tell me to be myself. You know what I mean? He's like,
Yeah.
no matter what happens, bro, you're gonna go through struggles. You're gonna go through, like, you're gonna get in trouble. A lot of things are gonna happen because you're a young guy. You're 17. You just signed a professional contract. You know what I mean? Like, things are gonna happen. You're gonna grow up. He's been through things, and like all the things that he's went through, he's taught me not to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even though sometimes I'm a man, so I'm gonna still make my own decisions, but at the end of the day, he's gonna help me with everything. You know?
That's nice.
I feel like it's such a misnomer because, like, sitting with Jazz, it's like you want him to be himself because you know it comes from a good place and he's got a good heart. As long as he cares about his teammates and them being just as good as him and trying to win, then I don't want to take that away from you.
Right.
It's the guys that it's phony.
Right.
And
Like
selfish.
the fake stuff. Right.
That's what drives me.
Like, I feel like I do this on a normal day. Like, my girlfriend can tell you I do this on a normal day. You know what I mean?
All right, up next, one big leaguer who you would want to trade places with for one day.
Well, I'd like to be an international superstar.
Okay.
I'll say Shohei Ohtani.
It's good.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to know what that feels like. Like, go back to my Little League days where you throw a no-hitter and hit 2 bombs. He's doing that in the big leagues. Can't even fathom that.
Right. I'd like to see that.
And he's, like, global.
I just, as well known as he is, I feel like we don't know him at all.
Right.
And that's hard to do in
that's
this
a good way
day
to
and
live,
age
though.
where we know everything about everyone. So I like that choice. All right, what about you, Jazz? I mean, look at the ice, look at the
I don't
drip.
even know what that outfit is.
He's not trading places with people.
Izzy Miyake, sir.
He feels very good about where he's at. But if you had to trade places,
I would say I would want to trade places with Derek Jeter when he was playing with Cano up the middle. Imagine that. I would like to hit back-to-back with Cano. Like, can you imagine that?
I mean, how about hit the streets with Jeter in his prime?
yeah.
But I'm talking about baseball. We're talking baseball. Like, I would love to swing back-to-back Cano, 224 going back-to-back. And if we could add Griffey in a little trade, I'll take that too. Just to add Griffey on the team.
What were your conversations with Derek Jeter like? Obviously, former.
I mean, you know,
Chairman.
he's really professional. You know, he's a Yankee for the rest of his life. You know, he's always suit and tie. You know, you got to be very professional. Get your job done, and then handle your business, and just make sure nobody knows what's going on off the field. You know what I mean? Like, handle your business off the field, handle your business on the field, and everything will be good.
All right, our last one. One big leaguer who has as much drip as Jazz Chisholm. And let me say, this is going to be a very tough category here because there's not many
I don't know
that
if
have the
there's any.
style.
I'll
and
let
the
you
drip.
guys answer this one.
I don't know if there's any, honestly.
I don't either.
I'll
I
give
mean,
you
I
my
wrote a
answer
few
after.
guys down just because I know they get after it a little bit. You look at Acuna on the field. He's trying to pull it off.
Yeah.
Francisco Lindor's trying to get it done.
He's got a couple different
But
colors there.
I feel like the guy who's got drip and he isn't even trying is Julio Rodriguez out in Seattle.
I would give him the closest.
Look at that.
There's clean lines. When he got his contract extension and he was sitting at that day, I mean, with those blue eyes kind of popping off that suit.
Yeah, look at that. He looks like
He's
like
special.
actor. I believe his name is Michael Ealy. I think that's his name. Look him up.
The moment's not too big for him, too. Everywhere
never.
he's gone. All-Star game, then Verlander the other day, bullet in the gap.
Yeah.
Has anyone got drip like you?
For my list,
Yeah.
nah. Nobody's on my list, man. Come on. I'm not.
Who
I can't.
is someone that you're like, okay, I like what he's
Julio
wearing.
for sure.
Julio.
Julio has earned my respect on the field, off the field, the way he interacts with fans, the way he does his YouTube channel, everything about Julio. He's very professional. He does it out of love. Like, he just enjoys doing the things that he does. And that's someone I could appreciate, you know what I mean? Because that's the same thing as me. I just love being out here. I love doing this. I'm out here, MLB Central in the